Good morning, everyone. I hope all y'all are doing awesome today. Humanity is rising up to the top, right? Or we're bringing heaven to us one way or another. We're doing the best we can. I love y'all. I've been digging for 2 days now, shoveling, making flower gardens, and you know, just enjoying the weather. It's been about 45 degrees and sunny, and that's just, man, it's popping around here. Everybody's out and about, and today I think it's going to be 50, and that is going to be wonderful. I've got seeds planted everywhere, growing all through the house in boxes and dirt, and I just, oh boy, that spring feeling is here. Let's see what we're going to talk about today. We got the shaman. Yeah, we all know what the shaman is. It's ancient healing wisdom. And, I'm glad this come up because today I wanted to talk about some downloads I received from God about faith and hope and healing and things like that. So we're going to set this here. The shaman, the shaman can work through the air and with medicinal herbs and through emotions. And I hope you guys have all done your grounding today. You grounded into the earth. You've done your grounding, working on your root chakra, working on your crown chakra. The shaman communes with God through nature, with nature. Not so much through the church, but through wood and air, rocks, herbs and medicines and belief systems and faith and trust and knowing that, everything is on this planet for our highest good, beneficial, benevolent things. And so God was talking to me, and I got a download a couple days ago, and I wish I could have got here sooner, but basically was talking about the staff that Moses carried with the snakes intertwined on it, right? The medicine staff. So we know that Moses was a shaman, right? He carried a staff. He worked through nature. He called out to the people and to God and to the spirits. And, we were told about things like faith and hope and putting these things out there. And God was talking to me about that. And he told me that faith and hope are timeless. I wrote it down. Hope and faith are timeless, expanding into the future. So when we have hope and faith, and even though we don't know what we have hope and faith in, that hope and faith, at least knowing that good is coming our way, expands out. I hope that good is coming. I have faith that good is coming. This goes out through time. It's energy, right? We're talking about pure energy. Like, look at this. Don't that look like energy? See him? How intense he is in believing whatever it is that this man believes, it thinks. The head is over everything. So what we think affects everything we do. So, also scientifically proven that we are a different person every 7 years because our whole cellular system regenerates and we are not the same person from the inside out. It is all brand new. You can look this up in science. So every 7 years, your cells, your DNA is all brand new. What kind of thoughts are you putting into your future? Because 7 years from now, you will not be the same person that you are today. Are you putting out in time and space faith and hope, and bringing to yourself the good things that you can through that, whatever your dream may be? And so today we're talking about faith, hope, expansion, sending these things, your prayers. Some people pray at night, some people think, I don't know what you do, but I generally focus on God and spirit at night before I go to sleep, to talk about the day with somebody. I love it. I talk about God with everything. And, we get our messages when we meditate. So we pray and we talk to God. Then when we meditate and breathe and shut our mind down, we allow God to answer us back. And so, he told me that hope and faith are stored into the future of who we are to become. And so we want to make sure that we're putting, good things out there for ourselves: love of God, love of self, hoping for whatever, it is. My hope is to be healthy, happy, with a nice little home would be good, and people around me that love me. In 7 years, I'll be 67 years old. Now, to me, that doesn't seem old, really, because I feel young. I feel good for my age, and I'm loving life right now. And so I'm looking for the natural ways, and also, as God explained to Abraham and Sarah, they walked around for 120 years. And, we want to be active our whole life long. We don't want to get to a place where we're sitting in the rocking chair thinking we're old. Bullshit. If you think that, you are old. You are what you think. You are what you think. You are what you love. Dwell on. So let's make sure we dwell on good, positive things. And to remember, just like the snake sheds its skin, we too shed our skin. Every 7 years, we are a brand new cellular being from the inside out. It is science. Look it up, research it, and you will find out that God and science are one and the same. He just told us in the best way he could. They could explain things back in the day. So, with that being said, and me talking about health today, right now, and the shaman is all about world health, community health, spiritual health, physical health, because all these things come together: spiritual health, mental health, physical health, emotional health. We need all these to be balanced. We're talking about the air for our mind, thoughts, that come in, thoughts, air, right? Emotions is water, pain, suffering. We don't want to do that. We want to get over that, transmute the pain and suffering into something new. Hope and faith is the substance of things not seen. You're already putting substance out there, energy into your life for the future, okay? Okay, that's energy. You're putting energy out there. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. What's God got to say? Is he going to confirm this? Is God going to say, keep your hope and faith going out there strong? Keep your chin up. Know that you're very much beloved, and that everything is a lesson. You're in school, and every single thing is a lesson. 5 of Cups. Loss of something loved, mourning, grief, loss, despair, regret, heavy-hearted. Cherish the present. Is there somebody out there that's sad today, that's hurting? It happens. It happens to us all. This is Earth, and it's number 5. which means a new cycle, instability, change, uncertainty, shifts, challenge, adjustments. Somebody may be having a bad day. Happens, right? I had a bad day a couple days ago. And, we have bad days. That's a part of life. It's transmuting that, feeling it. You got to feel it. I understand it hurts. But you got to shut the TV off, and you got to shut the radio down, and you got to go to a room, and you got to feel whatever this is. Okay? You got to feel it. It looks like he's got 3 cups there. See, they've all spilled out. His hopes, his emotions spilled over, But look back here. If he would take a minute to think and look behind, if you just think and look behind, you will see that there's still 2 cups left. God never leaves us with nothing. We always have something to turn back to. So, remorse and regret are a waste of time. I just got to say it. Remorse and regret are a waste of time. Transmuting the pain is what we want to do. We want to transmute. And how do we do that? We need a quiet corner. We need to take a deep breath. And, sometimes we need to cry. Sometimes we got to feel it, and it will make us cry. And it hurts for a few minutes. But that's a part of transmuting that pain, allowing ourselves to feel it, and then release it. It's gone. Ta-da! You might spend an hour, you might spend a day in regret or remorse, but don't go no further than that. Allow it to be transmuted. Get by yourself. Understand your value so that whatever hurt you can be turned into a lesson. You are a very valuable soul. God does not want you to suffer or be hurt. God wants you to heal. God wants hope and faith in your heart to send out into the future of your life. We've all been there. But we also all need to know how to get out of there. Even myself, I've had heartaches. My life isn't perfect. But when I have a heartache, I sit down and feel it so that I can get back up and be smiling again. Because a heartache is just that. It's an ache, and it's going to hurt for a minute. But we must move on. We must be strong and realize that we have a life here on this planet, and we don't really have time to sit around and cry over spilled milk. All we have to do is go and get another cup. Let's get another cup of milk, people. Let's not sit around and cry over spilled milk. This is an earth sign, and this is the sacral chakra, okay? This is the chakra that rules our passionate side. So this is what we want to do, is to get passionate about something else, or, keep trying what hurt us in the first place. Never quit if you don't want to quit until you're ready to quit. And then when you're ready to quit, you'll quit. And you'll quit like that, whatever it is that hurt you. That's the way it is. None of us quit until we're ready. We'll keep doing it, whether it's alcohol, drugs, lovers, desires of wanting this or wanting that. The most simplest mind, and not wanting too many things, just being happy with what you got, is almost the perfect setting. If your life is okay, you got a home and a roof, and you've got food in your belly, and you've got a way to bring a little bit of income in, and it covers all those things that, you need, your medicine, your basic needs, then we're okay. What more do we need other than a little rest and family time? Really. None of that makes us happy. Things, outside of ourselves don't really bring a lot of happiness. Seven of Wands, defense, opposition, tenacity, brave, forcefulness, fight, stand your ground in a favorable position. Somebody out there is having a heck of a time, collective. Are we all on guard? Look at there. That's on guard, defending, watching over your ground, standing up for yourself. Wow. I thought that was only going on in my life. That's right. Fight the good fight. It's a spiritual war. And God brought that to me a couple days ago, too. It is time to understand you are fighting a spiritual war on this planet. We are fighting for the good, while the evil is fighting for evil. Darkness wants darkness, and the light wants light. And we're going to have the light. The darkness has to succumb to the light, because the light shines into the darkness. The darkness don't shine into the light. Right? So stand your ground. No. The answer is no. Whoever is asking, and this has to do with your solar plexus chakra right here. This is self-esteem. So protect yourself. Stand your ground. Don't let nobody bring to you, any troubles. Remember to keep your faith and your hope up, collective. I do not know what's going on. Got 5 and 7. 5 of Cups, our emotion. We got 7 of Wands, fire, defending ourselves. Wow. A lot of stuff going on out there in the collective. I don't know a lot about what's happening because I don't watch TV. I don't listen to the news. I have no idea about the circumstances of the world outside of my own little place here, where I keep it pretty peaceful and loving and joyful. So, I live in my own world, and there's no doubt about that. Page of Wands, spirituality, enthusiastic, energetic, confident, creative, adventurous, explorer, new project, plan, messengers, good news. Good news is coming in, guys. It looks like the conflict and the remorse, or any sad, any lower level energy that has been around you is about to be whisked away. Anybody wanting to fight, competition, trying to be better, all this stuff. It looks like we've got better news coming in. And the answer is yes. Messengers, good news, Page of Wands. This rules the crown chakra right here. And yes, by all means, we could use some good news. Page of Cups, good emotions, fun emotions, things that feel right and good and collective. We all know that we could use that. So let's go back for a minute and clarify what is going on with the 7 of Wands. The conflict. What is the conflict? What kind of conflict are we having, collective? Making time for those around you? Are we in conflict with people who need our time, or that want more than we're willing to give or want to give? Perhaps. It says here we've got the Queen of Earth, and make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. So holding people off and away from you is harder than trying to understand people who want to be close to you. It's not always easy, is it? I try to secure my world. I've had so much going on in it that, I'm not willing to allow a whole lot in. Now that I've finally gotten to a place to where I have a home and it's secure, I'm sober, I'm clean. Well, have been for 30 years. But, my partner in life wasn't sober and clean, so I have to go through what he was going through in his addictions. I have now cut that partnership off because the addictions and the turmoil and the chaos of constantly going through alcoholism, drug addiction, um, and this causes mental illness, imbalances. And so sometimes we literally just have to, stand our ground and say, no, no, no. So it is wonderful when people want to be with us and near us, but it's not wonderful when people want to be near us because they need to be balanced out. People need to balance themselves out. If people have problems of drug addictions and things like that, and you've tried to help them and they continue to do that, and then after, they come back to you to help them, every time you help them, you're enabling them. So I have cut it all off. I don't want nothing to do with it anymore. It's not my problem. After 30 years, you realize that it just isn't my problem. I don't want to deal with it. I'm not a drug addict. I overcome my addictions. I'm not an alcoholic. I've overcome those addictions. I'm 30 years clean from drinking and over 10 years clean from drugs. So, sometimes we get to a place where we don't want to deal with things anymore. And if that's what this is right here, collective, you're tired of dealing and taking care of people who won't take care of themselves, better yet, adults. What is our job to do? What is our job? Is it to self-sacrifice and do everything we can to help them when they're never going to help themselves? Or is it to give them a strong jolt? Throw them out of your life, give them no support whatsoever, and let them go where they're going. Wherever they're going, they'll end up with God anyway, right? They will end up, no matter where they go. In the end, we all go to the same place. We're moving on to a new territory, and we all end up there. No matter whether we take care of ourselves and love ourselves as a good human being, or if we don't take care of ourselves and we hate ourselves as an unenlightened human being. It doesn't matter. We're all going to cross that bridge someday, and that's the way it is. You can't avoid it. So, that being said, I'm going to go back to the page of wands now. We have spirituality, enthusiastic, energetic, confident, creative, adventurous. This is where you want to be, collective. You want to be starting your new journey. You want to leave behind the pains of the old world. That old world, leave it behind. Leave it right there on that table and stand up and hold your cup up to the planet, to the world, to the earth, and to God and say, here I am. Bring it on. I'm sober. I'm sound. And I'm strong. What you got for me today? Right? Yes. What you bringing on to me today, God? Because I am ready. Amen. Shaman. Shaman throws his arms up. He talks to God. He's loud. He'll grab his stick. I have a stick. I almost grabbed it, okay? Ooh. Shake my stick. Yes, that's me. And I dance through my house and I listen to wild shaman music and I release all my pain and then I smile because all that energy is gone. I'm asking you to do the same thing. If you feel like this or this and your mind is full of thoughts of things that you don't want to think about, then you stand up and shaman it. You start talking to God. Stomp around. Tell everybody to get out of the house. You need some room and space because you're going to let your spirit grow out. Right? We can do this, collective. We can be strong, independent, spiritual leaders outside of the church. We can be these things that are truthful as we walk the streets. We can be an example, and we should be, right? We should be, because life is a joy. We know we're all going to be gone someday. We don't have time to let other people bring us down, or other stresses, or, as an individual, we are here to individually enjoy our lives, individually. It's wonderful when we have partners that go along with us and believe in what we believe, but that don't always happen. And why not? Because some of us are meant to be strong leaders, and strong leaders more likely walk alone. They walk alone. Be an independent, be a leader, be strong, be your own force for your own good. Remember, nobody can live your life but you. You have to be in your body. You have to be willing to take the good and the bad, the pain, transmute it right here in your heart. If you ever need to know how to transmute pain, I am a transmuter, experienced very much so. And, I can say that because I have been all around this country. I have had a few marriages. I have had a few kids, and I have walked thousands of miles. And anything I ever wanted to do, whether it was to leave Utah and come to Washington, even though I didn't have a vehicle, and I thought, well, I'm going to walk it. That's right. That's right. Don't let nothing stop you. The walking, the 10 years it took me to get here where I am, has been the best days of my life. I have never been so strong. I'm 61. I've never been so strong. I take my ass out there and I shovel and dig my own flower beds. Ain't nobody gonna tell me I'm old. I ain't old. I renew my DNA every 7 years. And all my hopes and prayers that I say every day, that I look forward to, the good things, is all stored up in my future because God told me so. It goes right into my future. And I'm telling you, you should do the same thing, because there is no such thing as time. Only man created time. There's seasons. That's the true time. Seasons. Day and night, and the seasons. Yeah, there is no hourly time. That's all bullshit. That's created so that we could get on their schedule and do their work. If we stuck to the seasons like real time is, then we would have not, they wouldn't have been able to get as much out of us. Think about it. The winter seasons is the slow seasons, and summer seasons are the hard seasons. So, we would have gotten winters off and stuff like that. They had to make they had to turn it into a 24-hour day. And they had to work at it, too. Just like to get the months the way they are. You notice it's 30, sometimes 31, and sometimes 29. They had to work to get that all balanced out, too. Because there's actually 28 and a half days in each month, and there were actually, according to the moon, 13 months. So, they had to work that out too. They put big burdens out there. Those people that know how to play with nature in a negative way is what I'm going to say. Okay, so we're back to the Page of Cups. We are learning to love ourselves. We have come through conflict, remorse, and we remember who we are. Yeah. And we toast to God and say, give us strength to make another day that we go out and fight and stand for the good of all. Right? Right. 6 of air. sailing to calmer waters. Yes, transporting, moving from one thought process into another. Yeah, traveling through the air, through the clouds, through the water. You see, you can't tell. It almost looks like clouds, the birds, the water, the air. So traveling through the thought process to get to a place of more calm and more peace. 6 of air. I'm going to read this. Six of air. 6 of air. A rite of passage. A necessary change in thinking to gain greater wisdom. And we were just talking about that, right? Yeah. You remember who you are each day. The time doesn't count. And what the higher ups tell us don't count. We are not in a class. We are not in a class. We are a peoples who are going through conflict, trying to, figure out a way to have a peaceful life on this earth, which is what we deserve. Nothing but the best, because the best is here, and the best that is here is due to all of us. And that's just the way it is, because we're all one. We're all equal. 10 of fire. And it's time to take all of our burdens and write them down on a piece of paper. This is a way to actively release the energy. If you take and write your burdens down on a piece of paper, the things that you're not happy with, the things that make you angry, the things that make you frustrated, the things that that vexes your soul, that make you go silent, that make you sit still, the things that feel like got you stuck, write them down on a piece of paper and burn them up. And if you don't want to write them down, or you can't write them down, then think about it and set the paper on fire. It's the same thing. See the words of the energy on the paper and set them on fire. Burn them out of your life so that you can begin anew. Yeah. Our life is just that simple. We go to sleep at night so we can wake up the next day brand new. That's right. Every day we get a new day. Isn't that amazing? It's not the same continuous long life forever, ever, ever, one day. No, we get to wake up day after day after day to a new life. We wake up day after day to a new life. The moon, day by day is how we get through this life. Yeah. Isn't she beautiful? I love the moon. We got a new moon here today or tomorrow or the 20th maybe. But the moon is the divine feminine energy, sweet, soft, easy, kind, gentle. Just a gentle life some of us want. And it's been hard for many of us. Many of us have not seen that gentle life. We've not seen it. But it was our due. Yeah, the moon. I'm going to read the moon. Card 18. Card 18. Moon. Illusion. I may not see the workings of spirit in the invisible realms, but I know there is great activity behind the scenes. It's important to trust the mystery and remember that the material realm is an illusion. Current conditions are not necessarily a reflection of the truth of what's really going on in the present. Great opportunities lie in the shadows, awaiting the perfect time for illumination. Great opportunities wait in the shadows, waiting for the perfect time for illumination. The Spirit is always working behind the scenes. And that's what we were talking about, to come back to the subject, is about our hopes, our prayers, and our faith that goes out in time. And eventually, they all catch up with us. So never give up on your life. Never give up on the gift of the present moment, right here, right now. Me talking to you, I feel excited, I feel loved, I feel exhilarated that I can share, and I feel like you're my family. I feel like you're my family. When I look out here and I can just feel that I'm sharing the most love I can, and it gives me a good feeling. I'm sharing with my family. I might not have nobody around me. I might be a hermit, but I can still reach out to you. Thank God to the YouTube and Wi-Fi, which has made it possible for people to interact, even if they don't interact. So I think that's wonderful. We're going to take another card from the chakra deck, from the Ventura deck. We're going to take a couple more. So be a shaman in your life. Yeah, look at that. Shaman. Now look, isn't that looking shamanistic right there? She's taken and wrote down her problems on pieces of paper and then set them on fire and threw them in the air. She released them. Those problems are hers no more. She took them out of her head, she put them on a piece of paper, and then she set that paper on fire. And that energy is gone. It sounds simple, but all God work is simple, right? So do it, ladies. Do it. And take a new beginning. Remember, this earthly realm is really just an illusion. We're not really, we're spirits. And we wanted to see stuff, and we created this place so that we could come here and feel. But we go back to the spirit world. This is like a vacation. So if you want a vacation, you make it a vacation, right? Yeah, everything's learning, getting to know, and change. Adaptability. Let it go. Move on. Start again. The Wheel of Fortune. 10. The ending. You're coming to the end of the hard time. New days are coming. New ways. Karma. Turning point. A turn for the better. Destiny always changes. Unpredictable. Good fortune. Cycles. Again, we got the deep, dark earth here, too. The Wheel of Fortune. Are you on top or are you on bottom? You're walking in truth and righteousness, you're on the top. If you live in a lie and debauchery, sex and drinking and drugs, then you're down here and you're feeling like shit. And that's just the truth, because I've been there and done that. And I know. You can't jerk me around. If you're an alcoholic, if you're drugging and you're drinking, then you're the devil on the bottom of this wheel. If you're missing out on life, I've been there. But if you're praying and you're hoping for better days and you're taking care of your chores and you're taking care of your family, if you're taking care of yourself, then you're up here. Your karma is good and life is good, right? Right. Well, I'm going to leave it like that. If you're wasting your life, I understand your life sucks right now and you're probably miserable. But if you're praying and taking good care of yourself and loving the things that you have and not taking others for granted, then your life will be good. Remember, hope and faith go out in space and time and meet you They meet you when you need it most. Okay? It's like a storage bank. No doubt. No doubt. And every 7 years, like every snake, we shed our skin. What kind of thoughts are in your head? If you think you're going to be sick, then you're going to be sick. If you think I'm going to be well, I'm going to be strong, I'm going to be tough, then you're going to be well, you're going to be strong, you're going to be tough. What you think is what you are. We actually have the choice to be what we are. Right. Yes. With that, I say goodbye. I love you. God bless you. Everyone have a wonderful day. Thank you. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Thank you. Bye-bye.